welcome everyone to this new design theme project with sunflowers and doors. So Mandy Reed has made this marvelous rust autumn kit. So it is available in her Etsy shop and her coffee shop. Of course, if you want her to get more bang for a buck, you go to coffee. It's a secure platform, so don't worry about that. As you can see, I'm showing you the kit and the ephemera along with the papers. And I made a relatively easy little book, but that can be added on through time. So what I mean by that is that I did not sew in the pages in the signatures, and I actually attach them with a string around the spine. So this will make it a lot easier for me or for anybody that actually gets this book to add papers and also to draw on them without being stuck in the book. So this is again my marvelous crazy quilt paper cover. So that's pretty much the end of my of these things. So, and this is also a paper that I made from Sasibo. Originally it was to make a giant envelope, but it's very well, it smells a lot like coffee. So I actually don't want to use it as an envelope, so I decided to use it as the inside of the book. And the flaps, of course, if you know a little bit about junk journals, they're for policy closure. So I will add 2 circles and put a string around it. For this project, I also, using the the autumn rust paper, I'm basically using just white paper to add in the book. And I'm quite happy that I actually did that because the papers are very, well, not that they're busy in a bad way, but there's a lot of pattern, of collage, and of focus animals. So it did kind of require to add papers that was not going to overwhelm the Mandy's designs. So I'm trying to keep this liner like 1/8 of an inch free from the border, so I can actually see a bit of the crazy quilt cover from the inside. And this coffee paper actually fits very well with the autumn rust kit. What I also like about the kit is that there's some blue in it. So there's neutrals, there's a bit of red, there's a bit of blue. And I am going to sew around all of it to make it stick better than just with glue. And it's also going to add some how could I say, some interest. And this book I used actually to make sure that I was using up my packaging boxes. So this was a snack bar uh, box, and I'm using this matte medium to glue everything, and I'm kind of deceived by that particular brand, or maybe they're all like that and I just don't know what I'm talking about, which could be possible. uh, it's just that I feel like it's very liquidy, and maybe that's a quality for matte medium. I just feel like it's this particular brand is very liquid. Now, one thing I should have done is also put some matte medium on the coffee paper. Yeah, so to finish my thought on the Sasibo giant envelope, it was made with the white napkin. So you stack white napkin one on top of each other, and you put some watered down coffee. So it gives you this the, this color, and then you actually iron it. So for having done it, I can simply say this: I won't be doing this again anytime soon. That was time consuming, took a lot of space, and I don't know if it's actually worth it. And also, the coffee smell is, to get this color, you have to use a lot of coffee, and the coffee smell is persistent. I love coffee, but this is definitely something else. So, putting a lot of the matte medium. I don't want this to unglue. I also printed the Autumn Rust kit from Mandy, uh, 2 to a page, because this snack bar box is a small one. Well, as small as they get from the snack bars, I guess. Now I will leave that to dry with this kind of book over it to make sure that it is stuck. So I'm going to use these buttons that I bought at the Dollar Tree. Well, not the Dollar Tree, you don't have to at the dollar store, I mean. And I am sewing them this way because I don't want the uh, purple side, I wanted the neutral side. And also, when you put it this way, it's kind of, well, the concave maybe, or it's like doing a dome, and I like that effect too, instead of being stuck and having the little parts going upwards. And it did a great job for keeping the thread well closed. I could have used another button on the inside. That would have made maybe something prettier to look at, but really um, I didn't see really the point in doing that. Since that usually stays closed, so it's not like you see it all the time. I haven't started my Halloween book. I don't know if I'll start one. I might just elongate the October theme for November, because we already think of the 24th of October now, so the month has passed like lightning. So I like and I hate that thread. It's a nice thickness, but it's also a bit silky, which makes it a bit not really appropriate to really have friction to stop unraveling. But so far it's acting well. So I think I've made at least 5 signatures, maybe 6. 6. And I'm keeping them this way, so um, I will try to put them in the center, and eyelets will help the thread, the string, the what do you call that? It's the brown really coarse string for craft. So this line was for was to make sure I didn't go inside the pockets. Delimiting. Oh god. Yeah, that happens. And now I'm going to try to make this, equal in space. Now that's always a nice exercise in mathematics. Which is at some point, this is, as I say often, I think in Quebec we use both metric and um, oh my god, what's the other one? So we use inch and centimeters whenever we feel like it's better for us in the calculating zone. So right now I decided I was going to go with centimeters just to split everything with tens. 1 centimeter is 10 millimeter. I didn't feel like going for the fractions. Oh, imperial. So it's metric and imperial. Now I have this ruler again. That's the fun thing about having precise tools, is that you have to start with a precise border. And guess what? I'm not good at precision. So they turned out to be relatively straight. It's just, I'm looking at this because I'm narrating, of course. There was something playing in the background, and when I'm in the zone, I didn't notice. So, yeah, precision in me. It's a great tool, though, if you have a straight edge to start with. But that's okay. I mean, I'm not trying to fight myself to do precise things. I do little project sometimes that makes for a little bit more precision. Like when I'm trying to do a scrapbooking page, I'm trying to at the very least be straight and in the cutting area and then the folding. But it has to be very short project. And a lot of time what I do is that I do a project even though it calls for, let's say, scrapbooking precision, but I don't give myself the stress of doing it perfectly. I have also this thing about instructions, and for some reason I skip an instruction, I skip parts, and instead of, you know, if I have a piece of paper in front of me and I feel like the next step will be to cut it out, then I just cut it out and don't wait for instruction. So that's kind of one of the things that makes precision hard. You know, you don't cut it, you just fold it first. So anyway, that's kind of the things you learn about yourself when you're crafting. And I'm really happy that I was able to use up my crazy quilt paper uh, experiment. When I look at the big pages that I did, I was like, how I'm going to use this up, and there's so many colors. It's so and it's, you know, so many different patterns that it kind of fits in all kinds of project. So sometimes using the papers you don't like and cutting them in small pieces like that, then reconstructing a pattern puzzle, it's great. I will try to remember to put the link in the video for that, because I didn't go like in when they what they do with the fabric. So with fabric, you know, they just place a piece of fabric, they fold it, and they adjust it this way. My way was to actually cut all my pieces and make it a repeating pattern. And for some reason, probably said that before, I was surprised at the end that since I used 14 pages for 14 pieces, that I was like 14 by 14. That's a lot of of pieces. And also, yeah, 14 pieces, that was doing like a 14, was it 14? It was like 8.5 by, yeah, I think it was 14. It was a legal size paper pattern. So, you know, you have this size of paper 14 times. It was fun. And I didn't realize, I just didn't realize it was going to give me so many papers. So that I got at a thrift store with my mom. And the thing is, I should have just started with the bottom to get the string. I did after I cut this, and I realized I should have just taken the string from the button, so it just uh, gets out without having to turn around the top. Then I put masking tape on top so it won't keep on raveling. You know, things in the industry of threads like that, they make things easier, but only if you know that it was to make things easier. Otherwise, for random people like me that doesn't understand how it's, um, you know, rolled, you just start everywhere and nowhere and make our life harder than it should. So this is how I'm making my signatures. And they have, I think, only 4 papers, two printables from Mandy's Autumn Brass kit, and two kind of off-white papers. They're not completely white, which I kind of like. Because when you're doing something vintage, having really white paper, it's not good. So I'm finishing to add the signature. And one thing that I'm struggling with, don't know if that's the same thing for you, the file folders that we see now regularly in the digital kits. I love them and I hate them. Because a part of my brain wants to use them as file folders. And you know, when you're using a file folder, you actually put it in a file holder. So, one of the things that I did in another video was to make a box for them. And this time I'm going to make a tuck spot for them. So they will be held on that page with little tuck spot. And those tuck spots I made with my scrap papers that I use, that I have in the box, and they're all kind of semi-prepared because they are tacked together. It's not tacked together. Anyway. So this is how it's going to go. And the file folder, I'll just have to tuck it inside. So when there's no file folder, it looks like a giant tuck spot. Now it's finished gluing. So now I can kind of use the file folders as my brain wants me to use them. And also one of the things I don't like is when I have double-sided paper that I've printed, I don't like at all gluing one side that I've printed. That part is still something that put a break on my creativity, I guess. I really don't like gluing paper that is printed. I feel like I'm cheating myself of a pattern. You know, for some people, it's actually to tear up, let's say, designer papers. They just can't. They have to cut it precisely. And one of the things that I can't really watch is, you know, the scrapbook tutorial where they just take the pages of the September kit, or let's say you know, mold, and they just glue a piece of it. I can't. So those are the pictures of my funnel project. I hope you like it, and I hope you will get Mandy's kit in her coffee shop. I also hope you will subscribe and keep watching my videos. I think I'm getting better at everything. Still searching some of my words, but I'm trying. Organization is really one of the things. Thank you, Mandy Reed, for this trust, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.